Well, good morning. Had a little bit of a glitch there. Um, welcome to. Um, let me get my phone number down yet. Too soon for my phone number. Um, welcome to my live stream. We're here to fight CPS with your host, me, Bob Pace. And what I mean about CPS, many of you, including myself, encountered a rogue CPS, ones that are bad. Not all CPS is bad, but there's enough of them around. In fact, I've talked to over 1,500 people now from 22 countries in all 50 states, including the District of Columbia. They all had something in common, including myself. We had bad CPS. We had rogue. It's $1 trillion business, and they only think about themselves and make money. And you have to really be careful when you get involved. Now, what I define CPS as the child protection systems. There's systems in every county, in every state, and worldwide. And this live stream is worldwide because I have right now about 22 countries that come into this live stream and talk to me and call me. In fact, we had country code 27, which is South Africa. And oh boy, I hear something that just came in. I get worried that something's going to come. I'm using my son's computer, so he has Discord, I guess, loaded. And so they think he's on, and he's not. But anyway, from Indonesia to Bangladesh to India to the Middle East to Saudi Arabia and Libya, then to Africa, to Liberia, to Sudan, to the Republic of Congo, to Rwanda, to Mozambique, and then the South African, two of the provinces there have called in. Then up to Europe, England, Scotland, Wales, Denmark, and Sweden. Then across the pond in North America, we have four provinces with Canada, and all 50 U.S. states have called in, including the District of Columbia. Then south of the border, we got Mexico, and then down in South America, north of Brazil, on the East Coast, we have Grenada. Then across the Pacific, we have New Zealand, and then south, the land down under, we have Australia with its two states. So that's quite a diverse groups from around the world. And 1,500 people is a lot of people. Now, during the course of a year, there's over 500,000 children being investigated. So it is a serious matter. But sad to say, some people take advantage of the system. I think it's going to be corrected. It was the Family Law Act during Biden's term was amended. There's a lot of good stuff, and I just started reading it yesterday. And there's a lot of good stuff in there. I know the new president has a Doge program, and they're right now investigating social services. See, CPS was mandated by Congress in 1962, directed to the social services for them to come up with an entity. That's why there's so many different names. And their goals are to protect our children from neglect and abuse. The only problem is that to get to these abuse, children and families, you have to do some investigation. And this is where you rely on mandated reporters, which is the professional. And 75% of the cases are true, but there's 25 that aren't. Then there are the lay people, I call them, that report in, and they're about 50% right of the time. Now, I got a couple things, sort of housekeeping things I like to go over with. We have someone already give me an emoji. That's great. Thumbs up. Who was that? Danielle Watt. Danielle's from Georgia. She has a special needs son and a brother, and she's got both of them. And he had some hiccup time for a couple years. CPS kept him beyond his 18th birthday. So I'm glad Danielle had got him back. And then, Danielle's a good parent. She used to be my co-host on the show. Anyway, it's good to see that thumbs up there, Danielle. Thank you. Now you can do emojis here. Besides thumbs up, there's smiley faces and hearts. There's also you can send me stars. Please check the follow button to follow me and write some reviews. And if you want to know when I'm live, you can check the notification button. When I come on, my room blits up in Facebook. There are 7 rooms that tie into this YouTube channel. And so I log into this YouTube channel, and then the 7 Facebook are connected to us, and that's how you all can write or text, to be in the same room. Okay. Um, Besides doing emojis and so forth, you can send me text messages, either comments or questions. And let me see if I can put those up there. To interact with this live stream, I hope you do. And you just text a message, either a comment or a question. It should pertain to CPS. Please state your first name, your city or county, and state, and of course, you from outside of the states, put your country. Also, please tell me about your CPS case from the beginning to where you're at. That should be, quite simple. say. A little bit far from the beach, but I've had to come here because of my parking situation. I've been working on that now for a year, but apparently a neighbor wasn't too happy with my vehicle and had been put in false claims. And of course, the police come out and they do their parking tickets, and I have to fight them. And I just spoke to the person in charge, and he said that send in a completed form and they'll give you a permit at 10 years at a time. So that's fine for me. Um, I think I'm now working pretty good now. That's good. Now, we were talking about, you know, how to text messages in here, and so hopefully you got it. And another thing you can do besides text and messages, you can be a guest on this live stream. I'd love for you all to be a guest. I can take up 9 of you. To be a guest on the live stream, please email our show producer. Her name is Grace at vincentwdavis.com with the day and time you want to be on our show. That's all you have to do. Now, I'm on um, during the morning, I'm on Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. And then on the weekend, on Saturday and Sunday, I'm on at 8 a.m. Now, you on the evening shows, now see, I'm Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. and then Saturday and Sunday at 8 a.m. And then on the evenings, it's Monday through Sunday, all 7 days from 7 p.m. Now, that is Pacific Standard Time, the West Coast of California. And so for all you East Coast, that's 3 hours added on to those times. But anyway, to be a guest, you would email our show producer, Grace, and then just tell her what day you want to be on. You want to be on Bob's morning live stream on Wednesday, or is it Tuesday evening live stream? Whatever time you choose from, we'll have. Um, um, Also, the website is Grace at vincentwdavis.com. Grace at vincentwdavis.com. And you can um, email her, and she will give you the link to StreamYard. That's the application I use on the YouTube. The room in YouTube that I'm using right now, its name is CPS Defense Attorney Vincent Davis. That's what the name of the room is. The other 7 Facebook rooms channel in to here, so it's okay. So that's to be a guest. And lastly, I have it so that if you want to call in, I have my number up. It's 626-698-0990. Now, I use that number on um, um, So now with my number up, you can call in. So if you call in or you are a guest on my live stream, you're eligible for a free 15-minute private Zoom consultation with Mr. Davis. So that is really a nice thing to have because there you can talk to, make a list of questions, and he's a real attorney. He's been fighting CPS for 39 years. He has gotten back children, thousands of children, and he's won at CPS. He's also done lawsuits against CPS. And the internet seems awful slow. Hopefully you can hear me. I don't see anybody. I see people in the room, but I don't have anybody text me messages or calling in. Now, if 15 minutes is not enough time to talk to Mr. Davis, I do have another one that for $60, you can get a 30-minute Zoom consultation with Attorney Davis. All you have to do is go to the website, http://candidly.com/apps, APPTS, VWD / Bob Pace. And that will get you. Now, this 30-minute private Zoom, you just use your credit card. It's $60. And you go to that website. And, that's another way you can talk to him. Also, he has a meeting on right now. Every morning at 6:30, he talks to people in questions and answers. He has other live streams too. Now, there's another number up there, 888-888-6582. That's his law offices, and you can call in there. And you can. Okay. I also want to tell you about some websites that I have that are really good too. The websites I have is the stand.store/attorney VWD. Now, there you can find all kinds of books, including the latest book out called The Grandparents Guide. And there's other sources there too, but that's the newest one, The Grandparents Guide. And they'll help out grandparents adopt their grandchildren. So it's really important because it's gone to full circle. So this grandparents guide, it's a step-by-step, and it really will help out grandparents because they deserve their grandchildren. And when you go to stand.store/attorney VWD. There's other things there. There's other books. There's also package deals on having Mr. Davis represent you. The law that you're in is juvenile law, family law, dependency law, and you need an attorney trained in those areas. Vincent Davis is. And I always recommend rule number one that you get an attorney. And to get an attorney, you need to get 3 quotes on the retainer. You will probably get a public defender if you can't afford an attorney. There's one good public defender. Um, oh boy, the music is turned up here. Oh boy, I'll be glad when I get my registration figured out and stuff and be back at home. And hopefully I'll get paid soon. It's been 2 weeks since I've not been paid, and I work for Bangladesh wages, but I'm trying to save up money to buy myself a new tie and to get a new computer and get some car parts. It's hard, I know it really is. Um, but go to that sand store and get that parent's guide. By the way, there's a discount of 50% off. It's $9.99, but if you use my discount code PACE50, that's PACE, all capital letters 50, and you'll get that um, when you browse the website. There's one other website I have, and it's called the HTTPS :// VinceWDavis.com. It's a general website, but I'll have a lot of information on there. So you have 2 websites I've given you. I've given the office number and my number. And I've told you how you can get a free 15-minute consultation with Mr. Davis just by speaking on here. You're going to speak for 30 minutes. Um, so that's the other website. So you got Sandstore and Vincent's website, and then I got my Zoom um, 30-minute consultation for $60. And if you call in or a guest, you get 15 minutes free with Mr. Davis. Now, I'll leave my number back up there. Now, what I do before my live stream and after my live stream, I talk to potential new clients, people that want to hire Mr. Davis. So you may talk to me again. But now I have 5 rules that I've developed. And those 5 rules are: 1, you get an attorney; 2, you do documentation; 3, you say no to social workers, don't let them in your house, and don't give up your child. 4 is research the internet in a proper way. And 5 is make copies of all your legal documents and put them in a folder, such as if you have a parent that isn't full-blooded Indian. Um, now, let me see. Do we have any other people in this room? We're down to one person, and so um, you always want to say no to social workers, and please don't let them in your home, and don't give up your children. Watch the medical trafficking too. They want to take your child, we bring them to urgent care or the emergency room, or when you want to have a baby. You don't have to. Remember that. You don't have to. Now, rule number 4 is to search the internet, and there's a proper way of doing so. Remember, it's the city followed by the state, then letters CPS, and then ask in specific what you want from CPS. Okay. The last rule I have, rule number 5, is to get a folder and put all your important documents. Make copies of your driver's license, your children's report cards, shot records, anything you think of importance. Marriage certificate is because they always try to presume the father is the father, but you should not be presumed. You either are the father. Um, Now, let me go back to the comments here. I'll refresh them. And we were talking about, oh, we got another thumbs up. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Christina Reynoso, thank you so much for being in here. Danielle and Christina Reynoso, if you'd like to call in or text a message, that'd be much appreciated. Now, oh dear, I was using my other son's computer, so I have to get a new tab here. Let me see how you do new tab here. New tab. Okay. And I search for, okay, this is the article. I found it. It's called the Bipartisan Child Welfare Legislation passes the U.S. House. And on September 18th, U.S. House of Representatives passed the Supporting American Children and Families Act, a comprehensive package authorizing and updating Title 4B of the Social Security Act. The bipartisan legislation makes modest improvements to Title 4B programs, including new resources for child welfare, uh, cooperation, and this article is pretty lengthy, and it's a comprehensive package authorizing updating Title 4B of the Social Security Act. The bipartisan legislation makes modest improvements to the Title 4B programs, including new resources for child welfare workforce recruitment and retention, and additional flexibility to serve families experiencing poverty. Now, one thing this thing does is that there's no such thing as poverty. There's no longer a child neglect. Being in poverty, this is supposed to help take care of the solution. This Title 4B is a compromise of formula grants for states. Um, as the article goes on, the program offers county agencies more flexibility to save families without the eligible requirement with two-thirds federal matched. However, it's just over 700 million annually. It lacks insufficient funding to live up to its full potential. Now, new sources support child welfare caseworkers included funds for recruitment, retention, and technology improvements, as well as flexibility to conduct virtual visits with foster youth over the age of 18. Now, let's see what else. It also passed another priority, which is strengthen the State and Tribal Support Endorsement Act. Now, that's something for the Native American Indians. So I'm glad to see that. Let me see what it says here. HR 7906, the House of Representatives, April 9th, 2024, a bill to improve the effectiveness and availability tools of state and tribal child support enforcement agencies and for other purposes. Improving the collection of past due child support through state and tribal parties, allow use of tax information. Amendment to the Social Security Act, amending by adding it to the end of the following. An applicant to Indian tribes and tribal organizations receiving a grant under this section, except for the requirement to distribute amounts in accordance with Section 457, which applied to Now, it further goes on. It says improving the effectiveness of tribal child support enforcement agencies. So it gives them more money and it's supposed to help them because the Indian Child Welfare Act of 19. Let me see. I need to find it here. Hold on a second. Where's my? Oh dear, I've lost you guys. I gotta find it here somewhere here. Okay, let's see the history here. Up now, I got myself twice. Um, there's oh boy, it's gonna echo the back. Hi, Daniel. Thank you for calling in. I'm having trouble with my internet here. Hold on a second. Okay. Um, hmm. Let me see if I can figure this out. Well, oh boy. Okay, I'm still trying to get here. Nope, still, it's still getting here. All right, I'm doing okay. Danielle, it's been a rough day for me yesterday. How about yourself? Can you hear me okay? Does anyone have any questions or concerns? Mm, mm. Now my number's posted there, so it's 626 698 0990. And someone can call in, talk about their case, or ask me a question. The benefit of that, you're going to get a 15-minute with Lisa Davis by calling in. Now, Christine knows that shared something. She says that the BIOI here, who I'm his caregiver victim and advocate, is a product of Del Norte, California. Abusive parents who adopted him at age 16 to 17. He was with adopted dad when the one room through BIO room when he was 10. The parents wanted their hands on my BIOA. He was trained not to like me. He'd be told to ignore me in public places. Long story. His attorney became a judge before he turned 18. Case closed. Discovered he had Huntington, fatal, horrible brain disease. Ugh, this is awful. I know it is. Christina, thank you for sharing it. It seems not fair. I don't know much about the Huntington disease, brain disease, but it sounds awful. Now we have 15 minutes left. I think I should go back to that article. But if I do that, so, no, I leave the room here. I can use my phone, I guess. Let my phone do the searching. Let me see here. Uh, uh, there's a wedding coming up in May. Let me turn my volume down there so it doesn't give too much feedback. But they say that um, the nation is still grappling with a mental health crisis that was worsened by the social isolation during the COVID. 19 pandemic. One factor contributing to the rising level of depression, anxiety, and social media. In fact, United States Surgeon General Vicki Murphy issued a warning in May about the ill effects social media may be having on our nation's youth, making them more vulnerable to anxiety and depression, which my older son experienced while he's in college. Social workers, including those who work um, in our nation's schools, account for one of the largest groups of mental service providers in the United States. Now, let me see here. Social workers include those who work in our schools, accepting for one of the largest groups of mental health service providers in the United States. School social workers are poised to offer advice to parents, students, and the news media on how families can help their children avoid um, the pitfalls of social media. Now, climate change can have a lifelong impact on young people's mental health too. I didn't think that would be a problem there, but it is. Also, there's the epidemic of gun violence, and that erupts on our American streets and in the schools. We have it all the time. Just recently, down in Florida, Florida University had 5 people killed, which was sad. Which was sad. While they finally came in through. Now, Christine says, being Brad, my baby boy was kidnapped from a babysitter and aged out to the streets with no guide. He could file a grievance. He was 4 through 15. He was told to ignore me, and I was a bad mommy. Now he's angry, and he's outburst. His character was destroyed. I'm so sorry, Christina. That is sad. Now, he was told to ignore me. I was a bad mom. That is bad, Christina. I don't like that at all. Okay. Now, the provisions of the Indian Child Welfare Act need support. In the 1960s and 70s, about one third of Native American children were taken in the child welfare system. That's terrible. And 85% of their placement were outside their families and communities. This practice led to activism and the passage of the Child Welfare Act in 1978 and recognized that cultural continuity is in the children's best interests and mandates cultural preferences. Now, social workers must help change the broken child welfare system. Now, here's local news from LA County. The Department of Children and Family Services strives to inform Los Angeles County residents about the department's safety priority, investment in families, quality social work, and ongoing reforms. Now, LA County YMCA is offering free membership to foster youth. Now, the new chapter in American Child Family Resource says more support, kinship care, aging out youth, and efforts to prevent the separation of families due to poverty. Mm. Now, Christina says he was 4 through 15. He was told to ignore me. I was a bad mommy. I was and is. I'm trying to, if you want to call in, Christina, it'd be great. Let's go to New York. New York is saying, um, what are they saying? Oh, boy. You have to subscribe to some of these newsletters. Foster youth deserve to be heard, seen, and supported. Heading the hurt inner child. Now, um, okay. Um, uh, Christina, you have a little cloud with nothing in it. It's okay. We're getting close to the end of my live stream, and I'm sorry for all the interruptions to lose my internet, but it sounds like we have it back now. Also, when I go to a website, it makes me double up here, and now I hear myself echoing. But I want to thank you all for coming here. I don't want you to give up without trying. Remember my 5 rules. Remember, get an attorney, um, document everything. Say no to social workers only in your home and don't give them children. Research the internet. And then, of course, you don't get your case over with. But I want to thank you all for coming here, Christina, for supporting me. Daniel, I want to thank you too. Both of you have been really instrumental in making this live stream for the last 18 months here. So I appreciate everything you guys do. I'll be on tonight. I'm trying to change the time to 8 o'clock because I have a debrief at the Long Beach Grand Prix at 7. And let me see if I have something from Grace. Yes. So my live stream tonight will be at 8 o'clock instead of 7 o'clock. Okay. I'll be doing a Zoom meeting at 7. All right. And then we'll do the live stream at 8. So with that being said, please be safe out there. Don't give up on your children. God bless you. And this is Bob Pace signing off.